I recently saw a video of a pianist called Bailey Pickles playing with James Bay, and in the captions he was describing the flourishes that he was adding to the chords as piano sparkles, which I think is a great way to describe them. And what he was playing sounded something like this. So that was all based around the chord progression: G flat major, D flat major, B flat minor, then A flat major. Then it goes on to G flat major, D flat major, and then A flat. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to play some of those flourishes and sparkles so you can add them to your own playing. And also, I'm going to show you them in an alternative key for those of you that might struggle with those keys with lots of flats that I just showed you. Let's go. So the first thing you can do to create some of those sparkly flourishes are arpeggiated rolls, and they sound especially good when you roll inwards, out to in each hand. I'll show you what I mean, like this. Can you see I'm going out to in? And the first chord, there's a bit of a melody on top when I was playing before, using the melody from the actual song. Let It Go, I think it's called. The first chord, you can just play a major 7 chord because it creates that nice harmony on top. But then you can play around with the rhythms and the arpeggiations as well. Use an inversion there in your left hand. Just playing around the inversions and using those arpeggiated patterns moving inwards there. So like I said, I'm also going to show you in a different key as well. So let's just take it all up a semitone. So then in the other chord progression, we've got to G major, D major, B minor, and then A major. To G major, D major, and then A major. Like I said, the first chord, you can add a major 7 to it. So you can play a G major 7 like that, but then do those arpeggiations with those chords. D major, B minor, using inversions here, and then A major. I'll just do it again now, but play around with those arpeggios a bit more. The next thing you can do is add suspended chords. And a suspended chord is where you're suspending another note or holding another note into the chord that's not normally there. So when you're playing it, it's a G flat chord. We're going to go to the D flat, B flat minor. So usually you can use a suspended chord, especially where you come to the end of the, for example, a sequence of 4 chords like here, and then it resolves and then move back to the start. So for example here, you've got a suspended 4, A flat 4th there. But what you can do is you can do a suspended chord in both hands. For example, in your right hand, you could do the A flat suspended 4th, 1, 2, 3, 4. In your left hand, do a suspended 2nd like that. So then, you've got that nice chord created and it can resolve. But then you can do some of those arpeggiations as well. For example, I'll just go from the start. Can you hear that? Just play around. So another thing you can add, suspended chords. So then if I show you that with the other chord progression, starting off with the G, to the D, arpeggiation still, B minor. Then here we've got the A chord here, so you can do the A sus4 on your right, 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth note of the A major scale that is. On the left, the second. Yeah, 1, 2. Then you've got that. And you can resolve to the A major. So just show you that sort of moving around with those arpeggiated ideas. Hear that? And with the idea of using suspended chords, you can also break them up to create these lovely sparkles or flourishes that we're talking about. I'll show you what I mean. Check this out. So do you hear that? This bit. Yeah? So what I mean by suspended chords is, that's in the D flat major there. It's inverted, but then it goes up to that G flat. So that's a G flat sus 4, and it's resolving, but then it's inverted, and then you roll through that. So then you could go to the one in the G major. So the D there, got a D, then sus 4, yeah, and resolve back down, but then you invert it, then you're going to go up to that G, then roll through it. Yeah? And another thing I was doing then to create a bit more rhythm in the left hand, I'll show you. I was going. Can you see the left hand? Just rolling up the arpeggio with the inversion of the D flat. Let's go in. You can do it whenever you want really, but just make it an extra flourish in the left hand. So again with the left hand adding that extra bit there, but on the other key with the D major. Another thing that you can do which adds some extra depth in the left hand is add ninth notes. So normally if you're in your left hand you could play the chords how you want them. Yeah. Or you can play octaves with a fifth. Yeah. But listen, if you add a ninth, which is the same as a second, so one full tone up from the root, so that'd be full tone up from the root would be A flat. You put that on top, yeah? Can you hear that? You don't have to do it all the time with this ninth in the left hand, but it sounds really cool. It's this. Yeah? Just on the first chord sounds great. More variety, isn't it? So again, I'll show you that on the other key. So we've got G major. Yeah, so we're going to take the octave on top up to the ninth. If you can't reach, don't worry, you don't have to do this, just an extra thing. So again, we add that with the left hand. Again, it sounds nice breaking it up. So this next one really is a sparkle, and I saw that Bailey Pickles I mentioned playing this, and it sounded really cool. So what he's doing is playing around with these chords. doing susses and all that kind of thing. Keep going. And when he come to that A flat at the end, he did this. Yeah? So what he's doing, there, on the A flat, you move up and down between the C and the E flat, and the D flat and the F. It's actually creating a suspended chord on top. Yeah? Moving to the D flat really, and back down. But he's moving between that. Your left hand is going 3rd, 5th octave. And then he moves it up like this. And then you keep the rhythm going, but you need to join up. So you go 2nd finger on the A flat. Then you move your left hand up to the A flat. And you can do that here on top. But here, you can also add the A flat on top and just do this. Yeah, just move between the C and the D flat. And the left hand to the same broken 1st, 5th octave. However you want to do it. So then it builds from that low part and it goes up there. I'll play it slowly and then faster, like this. It just sounds really cool. And then I'll show you a little bit faster. Just sounds really cool. Cool, right? So then if I show you that in the other key, it's going from the A major, it goes to the D and the F sharp, and it's moving again between that. And then right hand jumps up. Okay, and then you're going to go from the C sharp to the D on top. The left hand, 1st, 5th and octave. All together. And with the other chords. And the final sparkle that I want to teach you are when you move quickly to other chords within the chord progression, but switch back. It's almost like doing a suspended chord, but super quick. And they sound like this. Ready? So what's important when you're using this technique is that you use a chord inversion that's really close by, because then you've got that. Yeah, it's switching really quickly, and that's what makes it sound cool. So the chord you can use, if we've got the A flat major there, that's the last chord of the progression. You can switch to inversions from the D flat major, so that's the 4 of the chord progression, or G flat major, so you can use those inversions. Yeah. So then if we're in the other key, we've got the A major, that's the end, the chord there. So you can either go to the 4th chord, which is the D, yeah? So the D inversion works there, 2nd inversion. Or the 1 chord, which is the G. Yeah? Or you can go down to other inversions. For example, you've got the A major, the D inversion. You can drop down to the D there. And then back to the A. Then you can go to the G. A bit faster. Yeah, you don't have to go through all of them, you can just slip it in. Do you know what I mean? Just a quick one, but you can go through more inversions as well. And it just sounds really cool. So just putting all those ideas together. Okay, so if any of that felt too fast and it was too advanced for you, then I do have a course called the Ultimate Piano Chords course. And it will take you from scratch and teach you all about the basics, but then gradually build up step by step, teaching you how you can use chords and chord symbols and patterns and arpeggios and all that kind of stuff to sound really impressive on the piano without having to learn to read sheet music. I'll leave a link in the description below. But if you want to keep on watching now, then you may want to check out this video, which will teach you 7 ways to level up your piano playing using chords.